Pisces, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate that. Hey, if you are a brand new cross-watcher, whatever, hey, welcome to Steampunk Psyche. Listen up, Pisces, we are going to get into your reading. I have already pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle for you for transparency. Like I always tell everybody, it's just energy, so maybe it applies to you, maybe it doesn't, but we're going to find out what's going on in the energy around you, okay? We're going to be utilizing the Celtic cross, so the 10 topics we'll be talking about. As I lay the cards out, we will talk about your current energy. We will talk about your crossing challenge. We will talk about what's lying underneath in the foundation. We'll take a look at the recent past for Pisces. We'll take a look at the possibilities for Pisces. The near future. We'll take a look at the self, how you're showing up. We'll take a look at the environment around you. Hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. I will show you every one of these cards up close, okay? And then the outcome and the direction. Pisces, while I am taking a look at these cards, I have your brand new poems from Haiku Corner, okay? Okay, Pisces, we are back. As I promised, we are going to get into this. The one you want wants you. Let's talk about it. Okay, in your current energy, in the present energy, we have the 9 of Cups, okay? This is the theme of you're closer to emotional fulfillment than you think, right? Someone's also wishing for you. So we're talking about quiet confidence here, okay? We're talking about you're glowing up, leveling up, you know, and I think someone might be noticing. This is you're becoming, you know, like the version of yourself that finally attracts what the hell you've been wanting, okay? This could be someone secretly checking out your socials, you know, late at night, zooming in on your photos, you know, someone trying to see who's liking them. But you're getting maybe a little bit more attention than usual, okay? Maybe someone is complimenting or flirting or something like that. Maybe you've noticed people staring, you know, out of the corner of your eye, you know, and as soon as you make eye contact, they turn away or something like that, you know. We could be talking about a masculine energy here that's maybe fantasizing about you, but, you know, hasn't made a move yet. Or it doesn't have to be masculine. We could be talking about feminine here as well. That maybe they're trying to manifest you, maybe replaying some old conversations in their head, something about that, you know. You know, this is like a wish fulfilled card. So, you know, you could possibly be receiving a text, right? Or something that feels a little bit like the wish, you know, fulfilled, wish granted, you know, something you've been waiting on. This could be talking about you might get invited to a party or an outing or a trip or something like that. Just take what energy applies here, but you know, you're feeling real energetic at this moment. You know, maybe a little more attractive, more emotionally stable. Maybe someone regrets not choosing you sooner, right? You're hitting a personal milestone, maybe. whether that's, putting on muscle or, taking off fat, whatever the hell that could mean. But money, confidence, emotional clarity. As far as synchronicities are concerned, you could be seeing like the numbers 999 or something like that, or songs, that are just kind of really speaking right to your heart, that type of situation. Love songs, I don't know, whatever might be repeating back in your head there. Definitely Pisces season though, Okay, we're going to talk about this crossing challenge, okay? This is something has got to end before something can, get started, I think. A cycle is definitely closing here, okay? But I feel like maybe someone might be resisting that closure, okay? Either you or the person you're dealing with. Maybe someone hasn't fully ended a past relationship, or they might claim it's over. I don't know, but still kind of in the headspace. I don't know. Maybe you're stuck between wanting closure or wanting a new beginning. I don't know how that works out for you. Just kind of take what fits here, but this could represent a long distance type relationship too. Someone watching your stories, your posts, whatever, not reaching out yet, but I feel like maybe you might be comparing yourself to others online. That situation, I don't know. We could be talking about maybe a masculine energy that's afraid of commitment, or maybe this could be representing the feminine energy. Okay, who might be just fear of maybe repeating old patterns. Just the cyclical nature of things, right? Old patterns. It could be you're finishing up a job or something like that, a contract or some kind of living situation, maybe. The contract on the apartment's up, or the rental, or whatever it is you're doing, something like that. But yeah, definitely ready for a new chapter in your life, okay? But I feel like somebody just kind of keeps pulling you back in that situation. As far as synchronicities, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're seeing weird things like travel ads, or, seeing, your birth city, someplace you were born, something like that. I don't know, something is repeating over and over again here. Could be talking about Aquarius season or any of the fixed signs, so Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, right? I don't know. It doesn't have to be, but could be. Now we are moving on into the foundation here, and we have the glow up, 9 of Pentacles, Pisces. This is independence, financially stable, desirable. Those are kind of the generic terms of this card, but I feel like you're leveling up. This could be talking about beauty, self-worth, those types of things, but perhaps you've gotten a promotion or a raise, or about to, or you feel this need to definitely move into a higher standard, something about yourself. This could be that maybe there's a little bit of an intimidation factor here. Someone may see you out of their league, which would explain some of that first 9 of Cups energy there. But this could be talking about maybe a jealous ex or a third party, watching your success, or at least your glow up, whatever. This is attracting higher quality type people in your life, okay? Improving maybe your wardrobe, skincare, or something like that. Your physical appearance, hitting the gym, hitting the weights, whatever it means, but eating healthier, some kind of something that feels important to you, about your body, something like that. You're becoming a little more selective about, who you're giving your energy to here, okay? This could be, that you're starting to save money, something like that, pay off debt. Excuse me. Maybe you're getting a little bit more compliments from strangers. Maybe this just happened to you recently. Somebody complimented about your hair change, your hair color, hairstyle, something like that. And again, we still could be, as far as synchronicity wise, seeing the 9s. And I said that because we have that twice so far here, so 999, something like that. Angel numbers 919. Okay, moving forward, we're going to take a look at the recent past. And we have the 10 of Pentacles, okay? So this is definitely family legacy, long-term stability, major financial shift. We noticed that with the 9 of Pentacles as well. So like I said, some kind of upgrade in the finances is definitely coming in your way. It's in your energy. And in the past. So it's like you feel like I needed to make a change or something like that. It could have been you were thinking, long term with somebody, as far as the stability or something like that, or someone was thinking long term with you. Maybe you imagined a future with someone, maybe who wasn't ready. Doesn't have to be, but could be. But we could be talking about a family issue that influenced maybe part of that love life or whatever situation. But maybe someone in the family didn't approve, maybe, or interfered. Um, excuse me. We are talking about a card of inheritance or legacy, something maybe handed down. So maybe for some of you, this could apply that, you were handed down the key to the business, or something like that, or some kind of a financial opportunity there, right? This could be mentioning about that. If we are talking about, the opposite side of this coin, we're talking about maybe a masculine energy who wanted maybe some stability. Maybe they feared responsibility, or feminine that maybe wanted commitment but felt unsupported. So it does have family ties in this situation, but I feel like someone may have, maybe compared you to like their past relationships, not in a negative way. It's just going, I could see myself with that person, um, building something solid, and but maybe that energy stalled out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe you moved on, upgraded. You could have, got a new home or a new house or changed your lifestyle in some way. But, and as far as synchronicities are concerned, you could be seeing like, I don't know, looking at old photos or old memories or something like that that might be resurfacing, old exes, or I say old exes, but, just past relationships or something there, right? Okay, so now we are moving on into the possibilities, and we have the six of. Let me turn that the right way for you. How about that? Come on, camera, help me out. The Six of Cups, okay? This is a soulmate, a past life connection, or someone that might be returning, okay? It is in the possibility section, so we could be talking about someone who feels very familiar to you, someone who, that energy you just can't shake. You've been thinking about them quite a bit. They've been popping up in your mind. You've been paying attention to your own thing, and here comes an old memory. Like I said, we did have that Ten of Pentacles there that kind of reflects that energy as well. But this could be a soulmate energy that's thinking about you. Okay, you're dreaming about someone, or they're dreaming about you. I don't know. Somebody's scrolling through old messages. This could be that masculine energy that's maybe misses that softness about you, or something like that. It's just this calm, tender kind of energy, right? Maybe this could be talking about you, the feminine, if this applies to you. Maybe you're missing that kind of stability, whatever that nostalgic energy was that brought to your life. But this could also mean you may run into someone unexpectedly, like a childhood friend or an old crush or somebody like that. Could be that someone wants to apologize or make things right with you. Doesn't matter. But as far as like synchronicities, we could talk about like old childhood songs, right? Or maybe you're having deja vu or something like that, right? So yeah, we're definitely talking about maybe Cancer season here. You could have Cancer in your energy, or Pisces, or cups. So it doesn't have to be, but could be. All right, moving on into the near future, the Seven of Wands, right? We're talking about defensive here, boundaries, protecting your peace. This could be someone coming towards you, but they're nervous, guarded, or maybe afraid of rejection or something like that. If we're talking about from external sources coming towards you, but this could represent somebody who maybe wants to text you, but keeps deleting the message, right? A third party or something like that, trying to interfere. But as far as the wands themselves are talking about, we're talking about boundaries here. It could be the boundaries with someone who was very inconsistent in your past or something like that, or even in your future right now. But this could represent a masculine energy, maybe intimidated by your confidence. It doesn't have to be, but if we're talking about maybe the feminine, it would be like an energy that maybe they're afraid of being vulnerable. Okay. I don't know. This could also talk about maybe you might have blocked somebody, from your socials or something like that, or put them on mute, just temporary. But Yeah, I don't know. It could even be as far as saying maybe someone might have defended you in a conversation that you're not aware of, you know? So the external forces that are on this card could apply to that situation. But I feel like you're protecting your heart, you know, you're maybe you're still wanting this connection, okay? As far as synchronicities, you could be seeing like the number 777, 717, angel numbers, things like that. You could be talking about maybe defensive, like body language or sudden mood shifts or something, you know. It doesn't have to be, but it could apply. 7 days, whatever that might mean for you. Maybe Leo season, you know, something like that. Okay, moving on. We are looking at the self, okay? And in the self position, we got the hanged man, right? Let me turn him up the right way. The hanged man. We could be talking about Pisces energy here too, but we don't have to be. But this is taking a pause. You know, this is kind of surrendering. This is a self-induced position here. So you've put yourself, you know, in timeout temporarily. Excuse me. This could be to figure things out. Maybe what's going on in this. My throat chakra is starting to. You know, somebody's got a message that's coming. Excuse me. We could be talking about someone realizing, you know, the mixed signals, maybe coming from fear. I don't feel like it's from disinterest. I just feel like I said, I don't believe in coincidences. You know, when my throat starts to get closed off like that, I feel like it's part of that energy. So somebody's definitely needing to speak. Maybe you might be healing from some attachment wounds, you know, past karmic relationships, things like that. But I feel like this is the time where you're really seeing your worth way more clearly. Okay. If we're talking about maybe a masculine energy, it could be talking about that they're waking up to this connection, you know, that you're sensing that energy. So it kind of puts you in a timeout situation. You're kind of taking on that load as well. So, you know, if we're talking about a feminine energy here, it could be that maybe you might be, you know, in this time where you're releasing like the expectations of what you feel like, you know, kind of getting out of the headspace and really just kind of drawing back into yourself, trusting the timing, you know, instead of forcing outcomes, things like that. As far as synchronicities are concerned, we could be talking about dreams, definitely angel numbers, you know, or getting some clarity on the situation. Okay. But definitely we're talking about like a Pisces here energy, but it doesn't have to be, but it could apply to a Pisces energy. Okay. Moving on now, we are talking about the environment around you. Okay. We have the star. Okay. This is hope, healing. It's a divine timing. It's wish fulfillment, you know. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land, you know, so the you know, the generic kind of term would be just basically staying in your spiritual realm, staying in the spirit, staying in the heart space, and staying grounded. Okay. But this could be someone watching you glow up, okay, from afar. We are talking about the stars here and all the chakra centers, right? So I feel like maybe someone is very inspired by you, okay? Maybe if it's the masculine energy, we could be talking about they see you as the one, right? You know, you're the star of the show. If we're talking about a feminine here, we could be, or a feminine energy here. Keep in mind when I do refer to these, I'm not talking about gender specific. So I'm a masculine, but I try to stay in my feminine energy. I feel like I stay a little more grounded that way. And I jump into my masculine when I'm pissed, when I can't figure things out, when I'm trying to when I'm puzzled, you know. So we kind of just rotate back and forth, but we do have a balance of both energies. Anyway, you know this, but um, yeah, like I said, this may be, if we're talking about the feminine energy, it could see you as somebody who's maybe emotionally safe, right? Um, this could be talking about somebody who's got it during that blow up, right? If you've got like a YouTube channel or something like that, or you know, if you're posting on Facebook or any of the other platforms, things like that, you know, this might represent something like you're about to go viral, right? Or gain some kind of attention unexpectedly. Um, this could be talking about maybe someone who is trying to manifest you, okay? Healing from past heartbreaks, whatever we're talking about, but definitely attracting like better opportunities. Okay, so as far as synchronicities, you could be seeing, you know, the stars, checking out the night skies, that type of situation. You know, we are talking about the Aquarius, you know, kind of energy here, Aquarius symbol. So I don't know as far as synchronicities go. Okay, we are moving on. Okay, we are moving on into the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries with the Two of Pentacles, Pisces. So this is juggling, indecision, emotional overwhelm card, but it could represent that somebody's torn, between you, maybe fear, not you personally, but maybe another person, something like that, in their life or something like that, as far as the external energies are concerned. But maybe someone's unsure on how to approach you. Okay. And this also could represent that you're juggling work, love, personal growth, those types of situations, how to get the kids to the daycare, how to deal with the ex, how to, blah, 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 blah. So really those kind of just holding on and hoarding in those energies like that. But it could be someone's afraid of choosing the wrong, the wrong words or something like that, holding back. If we're talking about maybe a masculine energy, or we're talking about maybe they're overwhelmed by the responsibilities of some situation, whatever that may have happened or occurred or might occur. But if we're talking about the feminine energy, it could be talking about maybe definitely, again, someone just afraid of really repeating old patterns, old karmic cycles. I fall in love too fast. I give my heart out, or I give way too much to situations, however that applies to you. But it's definitely someone who's dealing with inconsistencies here, right? And I feel like you're just afraid of wasting time on this situation, whatever it is. But it also could represent on that opposite energy that someone, is afraid of losing you. Okay. So really it's just, you're trying to balance, your emotions, things like that. As far as synchronicities, we could be talking about seeing the numbers like 222, definite choices or crossroads, things like that. So, okay. Moving on into the outcome and the direction, we have the Queen of Pentacles, Pisces, Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like someone chooses you. This is long-term commitment, okay? This is a stable partner, becoming financially secure, someone who wants to build a life with you. If we're talking about the masculine energy, I think maybe that person sees you as like the wife, or the husband type material. It can apply to both specifically like that. But we are talking about maybe a feminine energy, maybe who wants to nurture the connection. I don't know. Maybe you might move in with someone, or plan a future with someone in this situation. I don't know. It just depends. But this is, you're attracting abundance, right? So as far as synchronicities and things like that, you could be talking about any of the earth signs. Okay. This could talk about home, anything from like home, upgrading your house, upgrading your wardrobe, upgradings of things, but financial blessings definitely there in that situation. So as far as earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, something like that, doesn't have to be. But what I'm getting is kind of like, this is about emotional maturity, right? Clarity. Really kind of just kicking back. This new cycle here is gonna beg you to say, choosing the love that chooses you back, right? I feel like you're stepping into kind of like a version of yourself where you're definitely magnetic. You're glowing, okay? Grounded, you're deeply desirable. We have both of these cards represent that desirable qualities, okay? And that's a beautiful thing. You're not chasing, you're attracting, that type of situation. But I feel like this glow up is real, okay? And it's making somebody pretty nervous, maybe even jealous, okay? And I feel like they're deeply kind of drawn to you, right? They're just watching in the silence, waiting, or trying to figure out how to approach you without messing things up, okay? And what I get is, I definitely feel like you're going to feel that energy. That makes sense why in the hanged man position, because that energy is maybe speaking to you, through dreams, through synchronicities, the things you might be seeing, and the sudden waves of emotional turmoil, which puts you in that kind of hangman situation. Financially, I think you're stepping into stability, opportunities, upgrades, those types of things. I've had way too much coffee. Apologize if I burp here, but anyway, so yeah, the outcome is, for me, it feels like really, I don't know, really committed, really devotion wise. I just feel like maybe somebody's having a hard time, conveying that message. But Pisces, hey, I hope you got something from this. I hope it was, I don't know. Hope it clarified something for you. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments, would you? If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button and make sure you turn your notification on for the next videos. But listen, I'm going to let you go. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope I get to see you on the next readings. Okay. All right. Bye.